Patrons!
It's a podcast.
It is. Do you remember Monty Bush?
Oh, I love Monty Bush.
Hello!
Hello. Yeah.
That's what I was going for. Brian's now probably going, what the fuck is the... Did they get it in Canada? They must have got it.
If you haven't seen
It was
Monty Bush, watch it.
Channel 4, wasn't it?
BBC 3.
BBC
3 at 3 a.m.
When BBC 3 was good.
Yeah, the only time it was good.
Yeah.
I never watched that 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps, but that got
Did you not? I liked that. Yeah, that was
actually.
Lee Mack, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I used to like that actually. That's slightly before your time, isn't it?
No. That was on BBC 3.
But that was, I'm thinking, season 1 of that was like when I was probably 18, 19.
Oh, maybe it was.
Trev, I bet Trev will know 2 pints of lager and a pack of crisps.
I expect so.
It was very kind of Men Behaving Badly. Do you remember that one?
No.
Do you remember Men Behaving Badly?
I've heard the name a million times. But
It's fucking hell, the two big guys, Martin Keynes, what's his name?
Martin Coons sound right, but I don't know.
Is it? Is that his name?
I don't know.
The guy who's Doc Martin now. You know what I mean?
Mark, yeah, I do know you.
The only reason I know it is because they sing about it on that. Do you remember "Come Fly with Me"? Did you ever watch that?
I did see that.
And they go Martin Coons, la la la. I'm sure it's Martin Coons or Keynes.
It's not Martin Coons. Martin Clunes.
Clunes.
Martin Clunes.
And it was him and the guy who got absolutely hammered. He was Phil. Someone.
Phil.
I'm sure it was Phil. Why don't I just talk about Men Behaving Badly? Anyway, you just kind of keep their patrons pleased.
They're always pleased when they see it, mate, to be honest.
Always pleased.
What's up, lads? How you doing? Welcome back to another episode of the pre-show.
I can't believe I'm forgetting who Men Behaving Badly. What? It went until 2014? That's a fucking load of bullshit. Neil Morrissey, not Phil.
I don't know who fucking Neil Morrissey is.
Neil Morrissey. He's in everything.
There's only one Morrissey worth knowing, and that's my girlfriend's cat.
Are you a Smith fan? See, I'm not at all. I don't get it.
It's like sometimes I'm like, yeah, the Smiths are good, but then I'm like, it's kind of all a bit dreary and the same, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is like, I don't know. I feel like it's
people
the kind
get
of...
really upset if you say Morrissey's bad. If you don't like Morrissey, or
I don't think he's bad. I just don't think they're that good.
I don't think they're all that.
I've just realised the light isn't even pointing on us.
Excellent. Oh,
no, it's completely off.
Professional production.
There we go. Yeah, it wasn't even. It was pointing at the ceiling. Fucking idiot.
But yeah, it's
just like it's like
sometimes I
okay.
Like
So hear me out here.
Okay, here we go.
That in the similar boat to Radiohead. Now Radiohead are great. They have some exceptional songs.
Yeah.
But if you listen to their albums back to back, they just sound the same.
That's a really good point. And I don't...
I prefer Radiohead to the Smiths.
They're both equally, sort of depressing, aren't they?
Just so melancholy.
Yeah. They're not...
You've got to be in the mood.
You really have to be
You're
in the
not
mood.
buzzing for a night out, put it on, because...
The Smiths and Radiohead, to me, aren't radio music. Though they get, especially the Smiths at the moment, get played on the radio constantly.
Are they?
Oh, yeah. If you go on, not like Radio 1.
No, of course.
But if you're on, Absolute Radio or Radio X or any of that, then they'll be blasting out the Smiths.
I could probably name 2 or 3 of their songs. I know more of their songs, but by name. I know there's Girlfriend in a Coma.
Ugh, I don't know.
Wasn't it one hit by a bus?
Yeah, there is one where gets hit by a bus.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Saying about if one of us dies, whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, Smiths, we're
sad.
not massive fans. I can't remember why we started talking about Smiths.
Tonight, but I want to talk to you about something else.
Go for it.
Did you ever watch VR Troopers?
VR Troopers?
Yeah. Saban's VR Troopers.
Saban as in the guy from
Power Rangers, yes.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think he would. But it's as old as the Power Rangers.
Was it a cartoon or live action?
No, live action. It was essentially Power Rangers again. But it was...
so we're talking original Power Rangers.
Mighty Morphin. It's about around the same time. And it's not good. But I saw a...
It's not good.
A JonTron video on it. I forgot existed. And I was like, holy shit, I forgot... this was a show.
VR Rangers.
No, VR Troopers.
VR Troopers.
The thing goes, we are. Mate,
you type in VR, it's the first thing that comes up.
Holy shit, there it is.
But
94 to 96.
Just above actual soccer, which I used to love, which is a shite game, but VR Troopers.
VR Troopers ended the year I was born.
Even the front of it is literally like...
It's literally like Power Rangers, yeah. But it's like worse.
How many... So there's 2 seasons of it.
Apparently.
I'm going to watch that.
Have
you seen all of them?
No, I've only seen this episode about the show.
Okay.
Do you know JonTron?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did an episode about it. And there's another one that I do know of though, and that's the big bad Beetleborgs.
Yeah, I
You
remember
know that one?
Yeah.
That's another Saban show.
I knew that. I used to watch that as a kid.
Did you?
Yeah, and similar time to Mighty Bike,
Biker Mice from
Mighty
Mars.
Mice Mars.
Which is, it's actually really funny, because I know about Beetleborg because it was on Netflix. They put it on Netflix.
What did they?
And I thought, what the fuck is this? And I was with my mate. We put it on, and I don't know if you remember the theme tune.
No, I do not.
But it's fucking hilarious.
Is it?
Because it is just like...
I'm talking this. That was like when I was... So, Power Rangers came out when I was 8. So that was like... I was the prime candidate for Power Rangers.
You target demographic,
Yeah,
for sure, yeah.
That was it. So I was in. I was all in. I wanted to be in Kimberley, even at 8 years old. But I was all in. And then, I think... Big Bad Beetleborgs was about 2 years later.
Okay.
And then I was like...
a more kiddie show as well.
I was like still kind of into it. But
Yeah.
it was... Even as a kid, like now we could go there, this is from the same creator. As a kid, you don't know that. You're like, what the fuck are they copying Power Rangers for?
I thought all cartoons were the same creator when I was a kid.
Oh, really?
I literally was like, I thought The Simpsons and SpongeBob were made by the
I
same
don't think
people.
I ever questioned where they came from or where they made. They just were there.
They just existed.
Because Pokemon obviously was around the same. I was Power Rangers and Pokemon all the way as a kid.
Yeah, I was all, I guess Power Rangers mostly, and then a few cartoons like SpongeBob and...
See, Dan was Thundercats.
Of course,
because he was...
Yeah, he'd be
I liked Thundercats, but it was fizzling out as I was...
It wasn't even being rerun.
What I was massive on actually was the X-Men, from the start of '92, the X-Men cartoon.
Was massive on the Spider-Man.
Which people went mental for. Like the X-Men it's got such
I didn't
a
even
kick-ass fucking
I didn't even
soundtrack.
watch it, and I know the theme tunes of that.
It's so good.
Yeah, I used to love the Spider-Man anime series.
Spider-Man anime
alongside that.
That used to be like on Live and Kicking.
What the fuck is that?
Okay.
It was on Fox Kids.
Yeah, so
yeah,
it used to be called Live and Kicking, and it was like up on the roof. But when I was a kid, it was called Live and Kicking.
Is this like Toonatic?
It's like Saturday morning TV, Saturday morning cartoons. Yeah.
Yeah, that became Toonatic.
Did it?
Yeah.
So it was Live and
Which is
Kicking.
what I watched.
Because you know Fern Cotton?
Yeah.
She was appointed as a presenter. That she got they had this big. I remember watching this. It's crazy. I was telling Sarah the other day. She doesn't remember it. They had this big competition where anyone could write in to become the next kids presenter.
Right.
And I wanted to do it so bad, but you had to be over the age of 14, and I was like 12 at the time. No. To the point where I think I almost cried because I was like, I want to do this so bad. Like presenting, saying that Power Rangers were on next just seemed like the dream job.
Yeah.
Fern Cotton got that job. She went through it, and that's where she started her career.
So weird because she hosted another kids show similar called Smile on CBBC.
I remember Smile
on Saturday mornings.
Obviously, I was slightly older then, but I remember kids watching Smile.
Toonatic was better anyway.
So so she would have gone naturally for her progressions of that, and then obviously went to Radio 1. Did she go to Radio 1 now? I know she was on Radio 1 for a bit.
She's not on it anymore. She left like 2 years ago.
She's massive now. In the UK anyway, Brian's probably like, who the fuck's Fern Cotton? But she's
quite a big deal for a long time.
She's a household name in the UK.
I don't know if she's as big anymore. She's sort of petering out.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's like
she still does
Celebrity Juice.
Celebrity Juice.
Yeah. It's probably like her main
probably brings the fair whack of money anyway.
But going back to the Beetleborg theme tune, I just want to talk about it because it's really funny.
I want to play it now. It's
basically like an exposition in a song, and it's like 3 normal average kids went inside a haunted mansion, and then they found a ghost, and then all this happened, and I was like, it's like, what the fuck is going on? It's nonsense.
30 seconds. I do remember it now.
That's such a bad intro. Of course.
Oh, I got a phone call.
It's just,
Beetleborgs.
I feel like it's skipping so much of the story. It's like they went inside a mansion, and then they accidentally freed a ghost, and now they're Beetleborgs. And then it's like, oh yeah, well now they're superheroes. And it's like, yep, they're Beetleborgs.
Yeah, you got 30 seconds, mate. I need you to put the whole of season 1
just put it in
a
a
song.
theme tune, man.
Yeah, in a song.
Cheers. And he's like, well, I guess don't even have to make it rhyme.
I've been listening to a lot of Gunship.
Yeah, you said.
Yeah, like the fortunate position being that I get to walk to work every day. Very
fortunate.
So it is because you walk to work, don't you?
I do, but it's not that long a walk.
No, mine's 30 minutes.
That's nice, way shorter than that. Mine's like 10 minutes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
But Sarah's like, why don't you just drive? But I spent 4 years sat in a car for an hour and a half to Brighton and an hour and a half back from Brighton. I'm just fed up of driving. And the novelty of walking will no doubt wear off at one point.
Oh, it does, yeah.
But
you'll get a bike at that point.
I enjoy it for now.
Yeah.
So I listened to a lot of music up there and back, and I went on to Reddit and looked for like bands similar to Gunship, and I found a couple, but still Gunship just so fucking good. The album is genuinely legit. It's just a mix of everything. It's from 80s to 90s electronic to kind of real like melody heavy synths to kind of real poppy stuff. Brian said about your burping as well. He said you got to stop it.
Did he actually?
He actually did an email like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Let me live.
Come on, bro.
It's just for the pre-show and the post-show. I'll stop doing it during the main podcast.
Will you actually?
Yeah.
Go on.
That's a compromise.
Cool.
Okay.
All
So
right,
it's just pre and post-show now. No more burps in the main show. That only the Incredible podcast. I'll burp on Not So Indie and I'll burp on what's the other one? we did what we loved about.
What we loved about.
Yeah,
which goes live to everyone else Monday.
I don't remember last. Oh, it's just me and you, wasn't it?
It's just me and you.
The best episode, someone.
Yeah, I watched Annihilation, as you know.
Hey, yeah.
I fucking loved it.
It's good.
Thought it was absolutely brilliant. It was very different to the book. Like some massive changes, but in retrospect, completely understand why they made the changes.
Does it make sense for a film?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
For a film. If they didn't make the changes, I think people would think of it's being very obnoxious.
Apparently, the director wanted to make it even more ambiguous at the end.
Well, so apparently the ending he went with, Paramount were like, no.
It's too weird.
Yeah. They were like, I mean, I can see why Paramount didn't put it to a cinema release. I can see why they were a little bit cautious and like, people aren't going to like this.
It's not a blockbuster.
It's very bleak, but a good bleak, if that makes any like.
Definitely not in the Smiths bleak.
No,
more of a
no. But I really liked it. There were some big changes that I wasn't so keen on around the characters, but then again, I text you saying it is my favourite film of the year so far.
Yeah.
But then again, so I thought about this and I was like, these changes around the characters, I know about them because I read the book. If I'm looking at this from a not read the book, everyone else in the world, how they're seeing this film, it's very good. I'm just in the, again, fortunate position where I've read the book. I know how the story was originally told.
Yeah.
And there's one huge change.
And it's bad?
No, I think the book's better, actually.
Yeah.
And I think this was the ending he probably wanted to go with. Was more inspired by the book, but I can see why.
He was asked not to do that.
Yeah. Because it already leaves questions at the end. And the other ending, which I don't want to tell you because you still want to read the book, don't you?
Yeah, I do want to read the book.
The other ending leaves a lot of questions at the end. And I was really... So there's a lot they missed out on the film. So
it's quite a short film.
You know I said to you
it's
about
not long.
the tower?
Yeah.
It's not even in there. The crawler, not even in there.
No, I don't know what a crawler is.
The crawler is basically that thing at the end.
The guy, the weird.
I don't want to say too much. Oh, his patrons. Hopefully they've seen something.
We're not like giving head. I mean, it's light spoilers.
Yeah. So that's kind of the crawler in.
But I suppose that's a bigger part of the book.
Yeah, but you're never really shown it as explicitly as it is in the film. Told it in the book. It's left for you to make that interpretation.
Ambiguous, yeah, you've got to sort of figure
Which
it out yourself.
books can do that. And I think Alex Garland probably would have wanted it. Because have you seen Ex Machina? You haven't, have you? I keep talking about this.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen
that again at the end is... So when it ended, I thought it was linear ending. I was like, okay, they've done this story direction. That's how it ends.
Yeah.
Done. Spoke to my mate about it and he was like, no, this happens. And I was like, are you thick? I was like, how on earth? He was like, no. And he made a point and I was like, that's a fucking good point.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I was like, it's not at all. It was very clever in making you think that there's probably 3 or 4 opinions that people can have at the end of Ex Machina that are all different.
Have you seen Primer?
No.
Because you would like it if this is the kind of thing you're into.
Okay.
It's
Primer. You didn't watch Veronica either, did you?
Well, yeah. Let's go in about this for a second, all right? So he's like, "Hey, I watched Veronica on Netflix. You know, it's a good horror film." And I was like, "Oh, cool, I'll watch it." And then I was like,
Which one?
No. Let me get to it. I was like, Lewis said we should watch this film. It's a horror film called Veronica on Netflix. She's like, "Ah, cool." So then I typed it in on Netflix, Veronica. There are 2 films on Netflix, both called Veronica. And I was like, okay, so this one, right, is sort of like your classic sort of horror film. And I read the description, I went to the other one, read the description. It's like more like a psychological horror. And they're both called Veronica. I was like, okay, weird. And then I went on the first one. I thought, we'll just say it's this one. And it was in Spanish or something. Yeah. Subtitles. And I was like, I don't remember Lewis mentioning subtitles, and M doesn't like subtitles. So I was like, okay, we'll try that one.
You can put dubbed on.
Well, I didn't know that. And
it's the Spanish one.
Then I went to the other one, also Spanish.
Oh, I didn't know the other one.
Also
it's not the
Spanish
psychological,
subtitles.
it's the haunted house one.
Okay, right.
I did say to you, it's one of the best haunted house films I've seen.
No, he said, what's the best horror films you've seen? That's what he said. And also...
what's the haunted house?
It just is insane to me. There are 2 Spanish horror films called Veronica that both came out last year and are both on Netflix.
Veronica is a popular name in Spain.
I guess
apparently,
it is.
Anyway.
One of them, to be fair, has a little... one of the vowels is wearing a hat. I don't know what you call that. Where it's got
the not ascension.
Like
the accent kind of thing.
So, I don't know how you would say that.
I don't know. But no, it's the haunted house one. There is in. I watched it with subtitles.
Okay, I would rather watch it with subtitles. I'm super against that. So,
but I mean, I'm trying to think. Dubbed wouldn't be, but I'm not seeing dubbed. Sometimes dub's okay.
I don't like dubs on live action usually.
Dubs on
anime.
No, on like horror films, I could probably get away with it because I'm not watching it necessarily for the drama and the narrative of their dialogue. I'm watching them off an experience. Whereas a drama that is trying to get me emotionally would put me off.
Yeah, definitely.
And also it depends on sometimes the language. Like Japanese live language, live action.
For ages, and it looks
it looks stupid.
Yeah.
Whereas some European countries, it doesn't look too bad. Like a lot of we watched that French. The Frozen Dead, the French detective program. I watched that with dub on, and it was fine. Like it was, you could only notice it every now and then when they'd stop talking and it was still a little bit of dialogue going. But yeah, I thought it was fine.
I just, I mean, that's the beauty of anime when you're dubbed, just because their mouths just go. So you can just be like, you can put any language on that and it's fine. But when it's a live action person, you're looking at their mouth and it's just not matching up what they're saying at all.
No,
it's very, I don't know. It's frustrating to watch.
It throws you out of the experience, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Should we go on to the podcast? What's up and welcome to the Indie Credible Podcast, episode 38. For audio listeners, if you're wondering why Tom's laughing, it's because he's being a dick. A weekly podcast. Weekly podcast, we get together and chat about the world of indie gaming. We go through what we've been playing, we go through the week's best indie game news, and the main topic. This week's main topic is going to see us talking about the latest Nindies showcase. We got a Nindies showcase last year, another one this year, and it's highlighting, I think there was 12 games.
That feels right.
I think it's 12 games showed off in an indie showcase for games we can expect to see on the Nintendo Switch coming out this year. I am Lewis Woodhouse, the host, kind of. I hate the word host, but I'm kind of the host. And with me this week, as always, is...
Tom.
Yeah.
You notice that dickhead Dan ain't here?
He's not here.
Finally got rid of him, didn't we?
Gone.
He's gone forever.
Forever.
Notice if you look on our social media, we've unfriended him. It's...
Yeah. He went too far.
He did go too far.
He went way too far.
He punched Lewis's wife in the throat.
I want to keep spitballing this and just see where it goes.
It's
just
gonna
see
get worse.
how crazy this
The
can
fact
get.
that punching Sarah in the throat was the start.
I was going to say that
worse.
he's gone off to film the remake of Big Bag Beetle Borgs.
That would have worked. But that would have made no sense to people who are patrons.
Well, that's what they've got to go pay $1 and be a patron.
You don't know what our Beetleborg references are.
Which is kind of a segue. So if you do like what we do, then $1 a month
measly dollar
can get you exclusive access to pre and post show content, which is normally about half an hour extra a week, where we talk about genuinely complete shit.
Yeah.
Today, you saw us talking about Men Behaving Badly, saw us talking about Annihilation, and saw us talking about Big Bad Beetle Borgs.
Yeah.
Oh, and VR Troopers.
And VR Troopers.
VR Troopers,
VR,
which
VR.
I am completely new to. VR Troopers.
We should watch the video.
There's a Dracula version. VR Troopers.
Is that bad? That sounded kind of weirdly.
It's fucking awful.
Wow.
Yeah, this is an indie game podcast. Should we talk about indie games?
Oh, I suppose that's the rules, isn't it?
That's probably the rules, yeah. Indie games. You've already said on the way over.
Oh, shit, yeah.
I haven't played a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Apart from what you got?
Ignore that.
All your listeners, Tom is picking up God knows what with his phone.
I'm causing chaos in
yeah.
it.
Do you want me to go first while you try and get your head together?
I just wanted to look up the game quickly.
What, that you've played?
No, I haven't played it, but I meant to look it up before the podcast to remind myself of it, and then I forgot. So instead, I'm doing it on the show. Okay. And I'm just padding for time.
We're professional. We know what we're doing. We promise. Like, we actually do know what we're doing.
Pro. Gonna have business cards soon. That makes me professional.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
What are you going to talk about it now? Masters of Anima. Oh, no, we're talking about that in a news section.
Oh, sorry. Well, I looked it up now.
Okay.
Spoilers for later in the podcast. We're talking about Masters of Anima.
This is literally what I have to work with. Anyway, I'm going to take over now and talk about what I've been playing, and then you can think about and get your thoughts together.
Oh, no, my thoughts are fully together.
I've had a good week for indie games. Not that I fell off the wagon, but I had probably 2 weeks where I didn't play. I probably only got through one, maybe 2 games.
2 indie games or 2 games?
Something like indie games.
Yeah.
Whereas I say get through. I played. Normally I play 4 or 5 a week.
That is true. You do.
So
some people consider that the problem, and the falling off the wagon would be getting back on it.
But yeah, then this week I managed to get back on the playing games. I still played a lot of Fortnite. I actually want to shout out. I played Fortnite with one of our patrons, Brian. We had a good little play for about an hour and a half. Didn't get a win, but we placed top 10 a couple of times. It's good fun.
Not bad.
Sorry for being way too aggressive, but no, he plays similar to me actually. I'm like, should we go in? Yeah, let's go in. Like he's good. No, it was good. Good fun playing with Brian. But anyway, so I've played other than Fortnite. I reviewed a game this week, and the review will be live. You guys getting this on Monday, so it'll be live before Monday, and that's for Castle of Heart, a Nintendo Switch exclusive platformer.
And he loved it.
Fucking hated it. Oh my god. Like, now I'm not trying to say that I'm biased with reviews at all.
I hope you're not.
But we all have an understanding between us three, you, me and Dan, that I am, if you had to grade us, I'm probably the most forgiving. Like,
I think so.
If something's not quite right in a game, I'm more than happy to go, okay, but then I can see this as being good.
Yeah.
You and Dan are about on par for being like, no.
We don't. Yeah.
They had a chance. No.
It's hard. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like me and Dan find it harder to not focus on things that make games worse because it just sort of ruins the experience.
This game, so as I said, it's a Nintendo Switch exclusive platformer. It is one of the most sluggish, cumbersome, boring, and unpolished, not in bugs, there's not a single bug in the game, but unpolished game I've ever played. The platforming is all over the place. You jump onto a ledge, you can't quite have that ledge, I'm afraid. The enemy design is about as copy and paste as they come. The bosses do offer a little bit of leniency and a little bit of variation in. I don't know why I said leniency.
I don't know why you say most of the things you say, to be fair. But
a little bit of variation in their design. And they do require several mechanics that you've got to learn to beat them. That's quite nice. Visually, it looks awful. You're going through mundane medieval fantasy environment to mundane medieval fantasy environment. The game feels like it would be out of place on the Super Nintendo. The Super Nintendo, it would feel outdated on that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've just witnessed a murder.
It's... I don't know, I hate speaking bad about
Can you say
games.
what your score you're giving it on this
Yeah, I
podcast?
gave it a 3.5.
So that's like, for me and Dan, that is likely a 1 at the most.
It's just... Yeah, and I really wanted to enjoy it. This is the game that I referred to several times as Dark Souls platformer. And it tries to... Yeah, I made up in my head it was a Dark Souls platformer.
Yeah.
And in the review I say, it tries to be a precision-based challenging platformer. But imagine Dark Souls without a block or parry mechanic. Imagine Bloodborne without an evasive roll maneuver. That's what this game is. It's all the challenge, but with no tools to overcome it. So the last chapter of the game, I just ran past everyone and jumped over them.
You can do that.
Because I was like, what's the point of me dying continuously when there is... The combat is so, for no pun intended, hit and miss. It's like... I didn't know if I was... You meant to block people, but there's no continuous animation kind of thing, so you can't read the enemy's animation, so you don't know when to block. So in the end, you're like, I guess I'll block now, I'll hit now, I'm dead, fuck it. It's just a mess. I can't recommend anyone go and spend a tenner on this game. Even if it goes down to £3, I don't...
This could be Indie Credible's worst game of the year.
If I play a worse game than this, then I might just close the website.
Just give up. That's the end of it. No more Indie Credible.
Yeah. I hate to say that, but it's just... I don't know what they were thinking. It was like they started development on the game in fucking 1986. And it's taken the last 21 years to make. Like, that is honestly what I'm thinking.
Jesus.
It's just... Yeah. Anyway, let's go on to some positive stuff.
All right, well, why not?
I have also played... I played Mighty Number 9 this week. I say positive stuff. It's all right.
That's more positive than
I'm not
completely destroying a game. Yeah.
Massive, and I'm not that it's a Mega Man game, but I know everyone instantly goes to Mega Man.
It definitely is.
I've played one Mega Man game before, a little bit on the Game Boy. I don't know loads about Mega Man.
I've never played a Mega Man game.
So I can't compare it to Mega Man game. As a standalone game, it's very arcadey. It's pretty tough. It's okay. I enjoyed I think I put in about 5 hours on overall. I enjoyed that. I got close to the end, but I'm not now thinking I'm going to go back. I'm not like I need to go back.
I feel like that was the general consensus when it came out. It wasn't that. Everyone was like sort of like,
I enjoyed the challenge of it. The challenge was good. I like a game that makes you think, and it certainly did. I jumped into Claire, which is the one I've been wanting to play for a while, the other PS Plus game, the horror one. I've literally played 20 minutes, so I can't comment. I know Dan said he played like 45 minutes to an hour and knew where it was going to go straight away. I get the impression of I know what's going to go, but I'm still intrigued to see where it does go. I did finish The Long Reach, and I really enjoyed it. Yep. Not as much as I wanted to. So the Long Reach
downer this week, aren't you?
Well, okay. So
I know this isn't bad.
So the Long Reach is, for those who don't know, Long Reach is Painted Black Games and Merge Games. It's a very much LucasArts inspired point and click adventure. Well, it's not point and click because you're actually controlling the person, but a modern take on point and click. It's set in like a New Hampshire, I believe, a fancy town in New Hampshire, where very early on this kind of weird event happens. And you're thrown into this lab where you're trying to work out what's going on. I've got to say, the intro is fucking amazing. So you do this scene where you're in this lab and you have to play this piano piece. So you can sit down and you start playing this piano piece and it's really eerie. And then you're like, oh, it's still going. I mean, it's like more... And then all of a sudden it goes bang into the title sequence and like it's like seamless. And I was like, that's fucking amazing.
Oh, that sounds really
And
good.
it goes straight into the game. The pixel art is stunning. It is dark. It is a horror game. There's no denying about it. No doubt about it. So it's about 2 hours to finish, completely judging on how long it takes you to do puzzles. Because there was one puzzle I reckon took me about 35 minutes. Because it's like classic LucasArts when you're like, this is impossible.
Sometimes it is.
And it is the most simple thing ever. And you're like, oh my God.
I hate when it's a puzzle that you have sort of partially solved in different parts of your brain, and you've never connected it. So when it comes about, you're like, "Well, I tried that," but you didn't try it at all.
So it is very much based on those kind of LucasArts puzzles. It's about 2 to 2.5 hours. My only downfall with the game, and this is complete subjective, so I shouldn't really score the game down on this, but for me, as it went on, it got darker and darker and darker and more morbid around some of the personalities you were kind of interacting with. Like you found emails between people and you're like, that's fucking dark.
Yeah.
And it was getting me going like, this is going to be like fucking horrendous at the end. And it teases that it's going to be, but it never quite goes there. And I thought about it afterwards and I was like, is that clever to make you think it's going to? And I was like, it might be, but I felt like I had a starter and a main and there wasn't quite a dessert there.
Yeah.
That's what I felt like. Like, I enjoyed the game. I'd recommend it to people. It's, I think, a tenner on... I played it on Nintendo Switch. Runs absolutely fine on Nintendo Switch. I would say play it with headphones because the sound design is very good. And you've got these kind of voices going around and like the 360 sound through headphones is really nice. It's done really well.
Yeah.
So I would recommend playing with headphones. But it's just... If you're looking for a kind of horror game that anyone can enjoy, I think you'll be fine. If you're looking for a real meaty, dark horror game that...
Is it more of a thriller, would you say, than a horror?
Yes, with some classic horror tropes.
Yeah.
More of a thriller with some classic horror elements to it. But no, it's good fun. I do recommend
I'd like to play that, yeah.
Do recommend it. And finally, I am playing Slay Away Camp Butcher's Cut.
Yeah.
Which is... So Slay Away Camp released, I think, 2 years ago, maybe beginning of last year on PC. Came out on consoles last year. And the Butcher's Cut is like the extended version, added content.
Yeah.
And it's now coming to Switch. It's released on Switch already. It came out yesterday. That's Thursday because we're recording on Friday. And I fucking love it. It's just fun. It is a isometric puzzle game where you play out in these grid-based... there'll be a trailer up there now so you can see what I mean. Grid-based, isometric... levels. I was trying to think of the stages.
Stage, yeah.
And so when you move the killer, you play as Skullface, a killer, and it's completely themed around 80 horror movies. Like the open level set in a campsite, and you've got to basically kill helpless campers.
Yeah.
So when you press like across the direction, Skullface will move all the way across until they hit something. So you have to like use fences or bushes or the edges to move around and kill the people. Starts off like fucking as simple as it can get.
Yeah.
And starts building up and up and up and up. To the point now where it's really like you're looking at it and it's got a nice feature where you can rewind each move. So if you fail, you can go back 3 moves and kind of like piece it. Which you would sound or make you think it sounds really easy.
Yeah.
But I'd still be like, this is impossible. How would it's broken. This game's broken. I mean, you're like...
That's how you know it's a good puzzle.
I know.
When you start accusing the game of being broken.
It's got fun things where... So, when you kill someone, it does, like, some gruesome animation. Then you can get coins to buy, like, movie-inspired... Kills, eliminations. So there's one where, like, you kill someone with bees. As you said, it's a Wicker Man.
Not the bees.
Yeah. And there's like the levels are featured around 80s horror movies. As I said earlier, there's one with a phone, so you can call someone on the phone to distract them, so they're not looking this way, and you can come up behind them and kill them, which is obviously Nightmare on Elm Street. The levels have like between 10 and 15 stages, but the levels play out as VHSs. And I fucking love this. I said to you earlier.
Yeah, about the names.
The names of them are like so 80s ridiculous. Like the first one you play is Slayaway Camp. Then it's like Return to Slayaway Camp. And it's like, we're not going back to Slayaway Camp. And it's just like, it gets more and more ridiculous. And you can get characters. So there's like an old lady, which is clearly Morgan Bates's... it's Morgan Bates, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Some psycho. Yeah, Morgan Bates' mum.
Yeah.
There's obviously... Skullface is... all instantly or directly inspired from Jason. There's a Skullface without a mask. You got like Freddy Krueger characters.
Yeah.
You got all these kind of characters that you'd
can
expect.
Imagine a really cool physical collector's edition for this. It came like an old-fashioned like. Remember when VHSs came in those big boxes? Yes. It was like 3 VHSs. Yeah. And it's like that big like cloudy case around the side.
Oh,
you crack it open, you've got your big. So good. One of them. Imagine
but
that.
I'm really enjoying it. I think it's $8.99 on the Switch. And it's a Switch game because
and that's with all the DLC and everything as well.
Yeah, so this is the Butcher's Cut. So I've played about two hours so far, And I'm doing it like half-hour chunks. And it's a game that when I'm playing it, I'm loving my time with it. When I put it down, I don't really think about it loads, but I do every now and then go, oh, I'm going to play a little bit of Slowway Camp. Like, and for me, that's an ideal puzzler. It's not like, puzzles are never going to make you go, I need to play more, I need to play more, I need to play more, I need to play more.
But you can easily hop into it.
Definitely.
I mean, this is when I mentioned FTL in what I wrote the other day. FTL was definitely that for me. It was like, wouldn't think about it much. Then I'd be on my computer and I'd be like, yeah, I'll drop into a bit of FTL and I'll play it for like an hour or so and I'd be like, oh, that was good.
Yeah.
And then I'll think about it for a while.
But no, I recommend it. And it's available on PS4, PC. It's on, I think it's on Xbox. Don't quote me on that one. It's definitely on Switch now because it's released. And that is everything I've played this week. Tom.
Yes. I've played stuff, I guess.
You've played two games. You finished a game.
Yeah,
and played a game.
I finished Broken Age, which I've spoken about like 4 times now on the podcast, but finally finished it. Great game. Play it. That's all I'm going to say.
It's on sale at the moment for £6, $6.19, I think.
Then buy it because it's worth that.
Brian was talking about it the other day and said that he saw it on sale and he might check it out.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely, Brian. It's fucking good. Good game.
It is good.
And the other thing that I forgot that I even played because I was just scrolling Facebook one day, as you do when you're a bit bored, scrolling Facebook, and I saw something about PUBG Mobile, and I was like, what? That's not real.
Yeah. Straight after the Fortnite went into beta.
That's exactly why I didn't think it was real.
They were like...
I was like, that's bullshit.
Get it out.
So I clicked on the button, took me to the Google Play Store, and I was like, oh, this is real. Go on, then. So I downloaded it to see what it was like. And you know what? It's pretty much PUBG. From what I played, except I did this one match, yeah. And it was fucking... It was just one of the dumbest things that just made me put it down immediately. So you jump into the match. It was a squad match. So we're all jumping out, and the last person from my squad jumped out, so I jumped out right after him. I thought, I'll land with him. We'll all meet up at a certain point, There's some classic strats there.
Yeah. There's grounds to that.
Yeah, so we landed at a small house that's in the middle of the forest. And I walked into the building, but I don't think he saw me. He was really picking stuff up. I picked some stuff up, went upstairs, picked more stuff up, and I was straight outside. He picked up a buggy. And I was like, oh shit, he's driving a buggy around, awesome. I'll get in the back of that. We can meet up with the other guys. Easy peasy. Worse.
Ran you over?
Yeah, I ran out and I was like jumping. I was like, hey, like, I would have had Mike, but if I did, I would have been like, hey, it's me. But he saw me, span around, came back around, immediately ran me over. And then, so I'm down. And then he gets out of the buggy and he's like, into my back. And I was thinking, do you not fucking know that I'm on your squad, you idiot? He clearly had never ever played PUBG before. Didn't realise I was
he was better than you.
I had way better gear than him. I had loads of shit. I literally from that one house.
Well, he didn't because he
didn't even go upstairs. He didn't even go upstairs. He was at the ground floor, picked up like a backpack and a shirt, and then I went upstairs and I picked up like a shotgun.
Please tell me the Final Fantasy coats.
Are
the Final Fantasy coats in the mobile version?
Oh, not that I know of. They could be. I don't know.
You know, like the black trench coats
from 15. Yeah, I've not seen them, but I was picking up all this shit. I was fucking geared to the helmet and everything.
What's the inventory like on mobile?
I didn't look in the inventory, but picking stuff up is quick as fuck.
Really?
Yeah. Most stuff it just picks it up automatically, and some stuff you just press on it and then it picks it up. And
cool.
And I was like, I was like, and he ran me over. I was down, I was like crawling around, and he's just like shooting me. And I was thinking, I'm on your team! And then some other guy in the distance, like a pixel, was like coming towards us, and I was like, fuck's sake, now this guy's going to kill us both. And then the guy was like shooting at the guy who was shooting me, and he didn't even notice. He just kept shooting me until I was dead. And I was like, well, closing the app, putting that down.
So you enjoyed your time with PUBG?
Yeah, it was really good.
Are you going to get back to it?
I kind of will, I think. Especially because it was a fairly big download. It wasn't huge.
I've played a couple of games of Fortnite Mobile.
Yes.
I managed to get a beta code on that. So I've not played PUBG Mobile yet.
Yeah.
I might try it out now, though, after you said.
Why not give it a go?
As I've already said to you, I'm really pissed off with PUBG. In the fact that... So I brought it on Xbox. I brought it on PC. Fine, it runs fine on PC now. I then brought it on Xbox for like 30 quid. And I was day one player on Xbox when you couldn't play the game. I jumped back in for about 2 weeks straight every now and then trying to play the fucking game. Just was unplayable. People glitching out everywhere. They now have released a mobile version that runs smoother. Well, I've not played Xbox recently, and there's been a big patch to change all the inventory layout. But a free the phone game, get there in the end, that runs smoother than the Xbox game for people who paid 30 quid for it. That is a dick move.
Pretty shitty, yeah.
That is a dick move. I don't care what people say, it's a dick move. I
know it's like, oh, well, it's on mobile, it's different, but it's
focus,
still the game.
Focus on the people who have brought your game.
Yeah.
There's a reason Fortnite are probably 3 times more concurrent players than PUBG at the moment, because they seem to care about the community. There's always something going on in Fortnite. There's daily challenges going in. There's always something to log into. You log in, the update screen comes up. Probably once every 3 days, there's something new on my update screen. Like a new event's happening, or there's a new set of challenges, or there's a new daily, or there's these new weapons introduced.
Yeah, it feels like the reactions from the devs of each game are like really different. Obviously, because PUBG came out.
Well, he was the guy who was like, why are people ripping off my game?
Yeah, and then that's the thing. Fortnite were like,
well, wait a minute, you ripped off the fucking franchise of, or the not IP, but the Battle Royale.
Yeah, it's not really
iconic. Is it 80s movie? I think it's late 80s, early 90s.
Early 90s, yeah.
Early 90s movie.
That might be later than that.
Well, he's actually a book at first, wasn't it?
Well, a book. It was a book. Didn't know that.
But so they ripped off that. It's just like, if you didn't have some form of plagiarism, you wouldn't have these amazing games that are now. Like,
that's how things work, isn't it?
If Indiana Jones didn't ever come around, would we have Uncharted games?
Exactly.
Like, fucking idiot. And the Epic are like, that's cool.
They've with Fortnite, it seems like, oh, we've struck gold here, and they're like proper on it.
Yeah.
They're like, we've got to keep this up, otherwise we're going to lose it all.
Yeah.
Whereas they seem to be a bit more. We've done great. Let's move on to something else.
I think that's what they were like, and now they're realising that.
Fucked up a bit.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Fortnite are taking the crown.
Fortnite is
the battle royale genre.
It is literally taking over the world. Like,
until Darwin Project comes out, then maybe that'll take the crown.
It's out on. Brian's been playing it.
Is that full release?
No, it's beta.
Okay.
But it's not weekends now. It's continuously or game preview.
Oh,
so okay. Brian's played it on Xbox One. I threw him over. I got sent a code.
Yeah.
But I've already got it on PC, and I was like, oh, I want Brian to play it. I said that Dan was full in on Fortnite, and he's like, oh, yeah, mate, I could try it out. So I threw it over to Brian. He likes it, but it seems the complaints he's having with it on Xbox, I've not had on PC, so they're clearly performance issues.
This always
based.
happens, though, doesn't
it?
Yeah,
so things like
PC is always first priority.
Load times and things like that, but I've not had a single. And this weekend, they are betaing duos on PC, so they're bringing in duos for that. So, yeah, I would like to see that on PS4.
Yeah,
but I think also with that said, it's 20 quid game preview at the moment for Darwin Project. Fortnite's free. I don't know how you're going to compete with that. And the most you have to pay in Fortnite is £8. £8 gets you on the Battle Pass. You get to level.
Do you have to pay that?
No, you can play the game fine, but you won't get any of the unlocks, basically, or you get very minimal unlocks. And that's the grind, the progression up grind is. I want to get this skin because the skins are fucking awesome, and I want this skin, I want this emote, so I'm playing more and more and more.
Yeah.
So like the John Wick skin looks so fucking cool.
Do you have it now?
No, I think I'm battle to level 60, and you got to get to level 100 to get there. So I will make it by the end of 10 weeks. But
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Really, really enjoying it. But that wraps up what we've been playing.
Yeah.
Should we go on to some news?
Let's do the news.
Let's do the news.
I think I know what's coming up next.
So, news this week comes in the form of, we have 3 main news stories and then a kind of news story plug thing at the end. But news this week is, we spoke about it a little while ago, Masters of Anima. Do you remember it now?
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
we did.
Now.
Dan, I don't know if I'm trying to think if you were here. Dan was really looking forward to it, actually. Dan was like, actually, I really like the look of that.
Proper seems like a Dan game. Watching the trailer.
I don't really know what the game is. I think it's, people will be watching the trailer that we've just seen up here.
Yeah.
It's like, you said RTS.
Yeah.
I saw it as an third-person action adventure game.
Yeah. It sort of looks like both.
Yeah.
It's a mix of both.
I love the art style to it.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
And anything with a fantasy setting like that leans heavily into its fantasy vibes, I'm more in game for.
Yeah, and the music and even the voice acting and the narration on the trailer is really good.
It does seem like you said, high value production.
Value.
And it's Focus Home, who are publishing it. So
Yeah.
pretty big
I know
title
what they're
there.
doing. Yeah.
Anyway, it's coming. It's got a final release date. It's the 10th of April. Do you know what's really bad about that?
What is happening then?
It's 3 days before EGX Res.
Of course it is. Yeah.
So our review will be out around that time. Luckily, it's not during EGX Res, because I wouldn't be reviewing that game.
That would be awful.
So I'm going to have to try and juggle the whole lead up to EGX Res while reviewing a game that apparently, judging by emails, it's about 8 to 10 hours. So it'll be fun. Anyway, it's coming out to PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC on the 10th of April. If you like what you see on the trailer there, then check out more of the game. But yeah, it's Masters of Anima, 10th of April. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully we can get you a code as well, and you can give it a go and sort of into it. Defiance 2050. You've not watched this trailer for this, have you?
I've not, no. Who cares?
Defiance 2050 is playing up behind us, and it's got a closed beta. This game's been lingering around my news feeds for probably the last year. I've been getting press releases for it, or the odd kind of I see the odd tweet here or there about Defiance 2050, and it's finally getting close to release because it's got a closed beta coming next month, April the 20th to April the 22nd, on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. I couldn't completely work this out, but the vague wording on the PS4 beta seems like the PS4 beta is only happening in the States.
Right.
I don't know if that's completely...
So it's quite vague then, so you don't actually know.
Yeah, because it said I couldn't work out if it was saying this game mode is going to be in the States or the beta is in the States, but they weren't definitive in saying this is only in the States. Anyway, I've signed us up, and they've been told us that we can get a key, so that's good.
That's good.
You can sign up now via the website, and if you just go to Google and type in Defiance 2050, then you'll see where it is. Now, you'll probably see from the trailer up there, it's being billed as an open world, squad-based, first-person shooter. And you take on, by looks of it, some pretty awesome looking monsters. So imagine kind of a lower budget Destiny.
Yep.
In a more fantasy world rather than sci-fi world. As in there's not aliens.
Is it sci-fi?
So yeah, it's sci-fi, but whereas... How do I explain this? This is my own impression purely from the trailer.
Right.
The monsters are monsters rather than aliens. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get you, mate.
Okay, so it looks like you're taking on monsters and hordes of monsters rather than taking on aliens. Like in Destiny, you're taking on aliens, different races of aliens.
Yeah, of course.
So there you go, you can see it there. It's
get some images quickly on my
very
phone.
much sci-fi.
Wow, yeah, it does look pretty... Why does that keep happening?
But yeah, Destiny's probably the best comparison.
Yeah, that is a good comparison.
I can give to it. And to be honest, there's a lot of people out there looking for a Destiny-style game that...
Since Destiny 2 was so disappointing to so many people.
Oh my god.
What? No one likes it.
No, it's... I actually feel a bit sorry for Bungie.
But you know how I feel good for? Ubisoft. Because people are piling onto the Division.
Yep.
Because Destiny 2 did so poorly.
All I see is people's Division after 2 years off, YouTube videos of going back to. People are loving it.
And then Division 2 gets announced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so poorly. The Division 2, did you see how it got announced?
It's just some weird...
It was like the day after Smash. So Smash got announced and this big thing, and everyone was like, "Whoa!" It was like, "Oh yeah, we're making Division 2."
And they're like...
See you at E3. that was literally what they said. We're making Division 2, see you at E3.
See you then, guys.
People are like, well, did that just happen? So...
Oh, sorry, no.
Oh yeah, you're like,
I scrolled on my phone, and there's pictures of of game cases, PS3 and Xbox 360 of the game Defiance.
It's a different kind of game.
If you remember that. Yeah. It was part of a show, wasn't it?
Yeah, I really wanted to play that game. I remember watching the reviews and being like... Anyway, Defiance 2050. If you're a Destiny fan, get over to the website now and sign up to the beta. Beta's free, so it's a great chance to give the game a go.
Yeah.
And it's happening between the 20th and the 22nd of April. If you do get a key for it, then let us know, because it's a squad-based FPS. We're going to be online that weekend, checking it out. So you should be, if you want to join us, come and join us, because it'd be good to check it out, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I want to
check
check it out.
Some people. Also, another announcement we got this week is Impact Winter. Impact Winter is a post-apocalyptic survival game, By post-apocalyptic, I mean winter conditions, not like zombies running
Like
around.
nuclear winter?
I don't know that much.
Okay.
It's so everything's very cold, harsh, snowy environments.
Yeah.
I played this game last year at EGX Resd, and it came out about May last year on PC. And at EGX Resd, all the it's Bandai Namco and all the PR guys kept saying, "No, it's coming to consoles really soon. It's coming to consoles." And I loved the game. At the time, I didn't have a PC to play it on. Otherwise, they would have sent me a code for that. And I didn't have anywhere playing it. So it was very much waiting. But it was one of my standout games from EGX Res last year. And it is now coming to consoles on the 5th of April. You play as Jacob, and you have Jacob plus 4 survivors. And you basically know help is coming. Help is on its way to get you.
So you've got to survive.
You need to survive till help arrives. I can't confirm this. I'm sure you can find that because there's gameplay videos out there because it's out on PC already. I got some kind of supernatural vibes from it. Now, I don't know if that's completely true.
Yeah.
I didn't experience anything supernatural, just to be clear. But you know when you just go like...
You get a feeling.
Like Uncharted, you never saw that coming. And all of a sudden you're like, what?
Yeah, a bit spooky going on.
Yeah, I got the impression that that may happen later in the game.
Okay.
But yeah,
this is all just
and it's coming to PS4 and Xbox One to start with, and that's the 5th of April. I would like to see it on the Switch as well because we want to see everything on the Switch.
Everything comes to the Switch these days, so give it.
I'm sure it will come to the Switch.
At the most a year, I'm sure it'll be on the Switch.
I'm sure it will be the Switch.
Yeah.
And the final bit of news isn't again really news, but we're going to talk about EGX Res quickly.
That's right. It's pretty soon.
Pretty soon, 3 weeks away.
Yeah,
it is the biggest indie game event in the UK. It's one of the biggest indie game events in Europe. And it's by far our biggest event of the year.
Definitely.
Definitely for what we can get to.
Oh yeah.
We've been speaking about Gamescom, but that's a completely different story. We are at EGX Res and we are fucking covering the shit out of the event. We are starting to get announcements now for games. Leading up to it, we're starting to get emails. I'm probably getting 3 or 4 emails a day of this game's going to be here, this game's going to be here, this game's going to be here. And I'm going to plug it. Fuck it. We've got a page over on the website now, and I myself... Link in the
description if you're watching the video?
Yeah, there'll be a link in the description. I myself and you do some work on it, don't you?
Yeah, I've done a couple articles.
But we will be striving our hardest. We can't cover every game that's announced for the show because that's...
We are only 3 people.
Impossible. But we can cover as much as we can. And if you want to keep up to date with EGX Res, then honestly, I'm not just saying this, follow us on Twitter. Because at the event, we will be tweeting photos, tweeting impressions, tweeting gameplay videos.
We're going to be on it.
Everywhere.
Because we're there the whole weekend.
All 3 days.
Yeah, when we're...
all day, every day. We've got post-show shows.
Yeah.
So we're going to sit down and chat to people. We're going to chat to developers. We're getting interviews booked in now. So yeah, it is a bit of a selfish plug, but we are plugging it because...
You're listening / watching to our podcast, so hopefully you want to hear about indie games.
Hopefully you do. But yeah, we are going to have a show. Rather, that week, I'll say it now because I'll say it closer to time as well. Because it happens Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're not having an Indie Credible podcast that Friday. What we're doing is we are having... On Thursday night, we're going to have a pre-show show. Then on the Friday night, we'll have a show. Saturday night, we'll have a show. And Sunday, we won't have it. Well, we will have a show, but it won't be a podcast show. It'll be the kind of after eject show where we're knackered, we're sat down with coffee, and we're just talking. But the first 3 shows, the pre-show from Thursday night, the Friday night show, and the Saturday night show will then be bolted together and released in audio and video form as a podcast on the Monday.
That'll be the following Monday.
Yeah, so you'll still get a podcast, but that's the way it's going to work.
It won't be your usual podcast. It'll be
so you can get it early on YouTube, but the short ones won't be released as audio. It will only be released as audio at once.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'll be released as a video on YouTube that night, which I think is fair enough. So
it's good.
We'll go through what we played, and we're hoping to have some guests. I can't say any more than that. I'm currently talks with someone at the moment to see if we can get on the Saturday night a guest to come and join us and chat another YouTube people.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's EGX. We are looking forward to it.
Very much.
Check out our page. It's linked down below.
There's a few.
And I think it's already got 7 announcements on there.
That's it. Yeah.
And we're going to keep adding to it more and more and more. And by the time you're watching this, you'll be able to go and see every game confirmed so far for EGX.
That's right.
Which is not an easy task to do.
Right. Good luck, Lewis.
Should we go on to our final topic?
Nah.
So our final section is we're going to talk about the Nintendo's or Nindies showcase from this week. It happened at the very beginning of the week. Now, if you don't know what Nindies showcase are, firstly, while you're watching the Indie Game podcast, if you don't know what Nindies are, Nindies are...
Fuck off.
I've got to be honest, Nindies are fucking genius terminology by Nintendo.
Do you think?
I think it's very clever and catchy.
It's alright, yeah.
I think it's very...
Indies.
It's so Nintendo.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It is so Nintendo.
As is the video, which we will talk about in a bit.
But Nindies are indie games on Nintendo. What I did notice, which was very clever, was the previous Nindies showcase, which happened around the winter, like September time last year. They were like coming first to Nintendo Switch, and so many people come up and were like, no, it's not. It's releasing simultaneously.
Devs and stuff were like,
everywhere.
No, incorrect.
This time, it was either coming playable first on Switch, or it was
just coming to Switch.
Like playable better, with or multiplayer features are better and things like that.
There was a big push, say stuff like that. Yeah.
A big push on their multiplayer features.
Yeah, there was even a bit in the video where they're just like,
oh my god,
and you know, if you have Joy-Cons, it's even better, and it's like, okay.
Which suits the fact that you've got two controllers on one console. You're like, we know, and they even put the fucking Joy-Cons on the screen. You're like,
as if we don't know a Switch has
oh my god,
the two Joy-Cons.
Do you want to get any more like salesmen on me? Really?
Oh god. I wish Reggie was in the videos.
But anyway,
Reggie should do them.
I've got to be honest. I had mixed feelings about the showcase. Like,
why?
I know it's short.
I think it's fine.
I think over half the games looked cannon fodder.
Yeah, I wasn't
like there are better
away at any point.
indies I know about. Now, maybe they couldn't if say they put another indie on there. So, for example, they used Lightfall. We talk about more later on. I know Lightfall's coming out at a very similar time to a game end of this month called State of Mind.
Right.
State of Mind looks fucking amazing. Lightfall, they got the exclusive announcement of the new level. So, like, why didn't they put State of Mind? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
The indies that were on there, two of them I thought looked fucking mobile game central. And I'm like...
you could argue
there's so many...
The Switch is the home of mobile games now.
There's so many great indies out there. Why choose some... Anyway, let's go into games.
Let's go through it.
I'm going to go through order.
There's
the order. I'll put this out like this so you can see which ones you marked.
Yeah, because I marked them on a different page. I should have done it.
As we're talking about the games for for video listeners, as we're talking about the game, you'll see the trailer behind us. Audio listeners, if you want to kind of see how the game is, then maybe pause the audio part now when you get home. Skip through towards the end. It's probably sat around I can't see. It's not post production. Probably around about the 45 minute section.
Yeah.
And you can watch the videos as we're talking about them in the background. So first up, we got Mark of the Ninja Remastered. Did you play Mark of the Ninja?
No.
Neither did I.
This trailer looked nice, but it didn't show me.
Okay, so how did the trailer look nice? It was
animation was nice.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that.
That's what I mean.
Is that animation gonna be in the game?
This is my point. I don't know. This is why
Why do you open a fucking show with this is a remaster, but we're not showing you any gameplay?
Yeah, you don't get to see any at all, do you?
I can't say if I'm excited for the game or not because I didn't play the original and I have no idea what it plays like. Could be a fucking dating sim 49.
It's probably not.
Probably not.
It's something to do with ninjas. I can tell you.
So you're saying ninjas don't date?
I bet it's a platform.
You're saying ninjas don't date? I don't. I reckon it's a Tenchu style game.
No, I reckon ninjas are like Jedi. Like, they're not allowed to date.
I reckon it's a third person over the shoulder.
Absolutely not.
Action game.
Absolutely not.
With a grey, cel shaded art style.
It is cartoon art style, very hand-drawn animation, platformer.
We'll see. We shall see. The next game, however, looked fucking awesome.
Which was
Fantasy Strike.
See now, it looked like Street Fighter, and I was like,
yes, it did.
I was like, this is like Street Fighter.
Street Fighter 5,
fighting games.
more particularly.
Yeah. But I knew the second I saw it. I even asked you. I was like, "Are you looking forward to this?"
Street Fighter 5 animation art style with Tekken style characters. The characters are a lot taller. The way they're designed a lot more, and judging purely on the video, or I saw the combos and the attack sequence, it looks more Tekken.
Yeah, it looked good. If you had told me it was a series that had been around for a long time, I probably would have believed you.
Yeah, well, it's from an ex-Tekken developer.
Okay.
So then it's not coming from around... Because I can imagine a fighting game is fucking hard to develop. Like, getting it tight...
You don't really get many indie...
No,
purebred
there've been a
games
few,
like this.
and they are questionable.
Remember, was it Kickfield, whatever it was? Or...
Oh, God. I don't know. But, yeah, Fantasy Strike. It's actually available now on early access on PC. But it is coming to...
Have you played it?
Not yet, no. But it's coming to Nintendo Switch. It's at Resd.
Oh, so we'll play one-on-one?
Yeah. Rematch. Fucking what?
This will be the Dragon Ball Z rematch.
Next up, I thought this next game looked okay. You've put it down as you really liked it, and that is Just Shapes and Beats.
Just Shapes and Beats.
It is a bullet hell rhythm game.
And I've discovered recently, well, I say recently, quite a while ago now, but I'm immense at rhythm games. Because
oh my god, here we go.
If you remember,
you are not immense at rhythm games. You got lucky a couple of times.
The saga of a few months ago, where me and Lewis started playing the game Invector. A pretty fun, cool rhythm game.
Yeah, if you like Avicii, definitely.
Tracks, it's all Avicii tracks, but it's really good fun. And I was just so fucking good.
He was alright.
No.
I think we're about 50-50 on the leaderboards.
Holy fuck, are we not? I remember I played through the game and then I was like, oh, you can look at leaderboards and see, your mates and everything, what they've done. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'll try and beat all Lewis's scores. And I'll be like, okay, I'll go back to the beginning and see which ones I haven't beaten and go beat them. I was like, okay, I beat him. And I beat him. 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 And then he was like, I'm going to beat your scores. And then I came back and I was like, oh, he's beat my scores. Well done. First try, beating me all of them. Even got top 9 in the world on some of them.
You did actually. You were top 9 in the world.
Yeah. I'm actually pretty fucking good at them. So,
but this is rhythm game meets bullet hell, and it looks good.
I want to challenge myself.
It looks good. It's got 20 chip tune tracks to play up to.
Looks good fun. I really like the.
It does look
aesthetics of it. I love that
it
neon
looks,
sort of.
It looks different. I question how much it's going to be there.
Okay.
20 tracks to me means maybe 20 levels. The levels look pretty short. I wonder how much.
But how long do you know? How do you know that? How long's the track?
True, but I mean, you don't want to be playing a track for 15 minutes, do you?
Depends if it keeps evolving.
Maybe
as it goes along.
Maybe. Anyway, But
I like the look of it.
It does pretty good.
That's the rest. So.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. You got Garage next.
I didn't really care for.
So, did you ever play Dead Nation?
No, but I know Dead Nation. Yeah.
It looks very similar to Dead Nation. Top down, kind of survival-ish action game.
They tried to sell it on the whole 80s, and I was like, I didn't really. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't
come
really
blasting onto your Switch, and then they spoke about a rocket, and I'm like, oh fuck.
That's right. Yeah. Launching like a rocket onto the Switch. So good.
It looks dark, it looks gritty, it looks generic, if I'm being completely honest.
No, that's exactly why I didn't want it.
It looks pretty similar to, I reviewed a game last year, at the very beginning of last year, called Subterrane. It's very similar to Subterrane, Dead Nation, kind of, you fucking idiot.
Itching.
Aesthetics. We then also got a game that we are both looking forward to.
Yeah, we've both put this one
called
down,
Pool Panic.
Oh, it looks really good.
It's Adult Swim.
Is it? I didn't even notice.
Adult Swim are publishing the game.
Wow.
And it's effectively a third-person action game. Third-person adventure game where you play as a cueless cue ball, words.
Right, you're a cue ball.
Trying to pop the 8-ball.
Yeah. Every other character you meet in the game is another pool.
Pool ball. And you got to pot them. The ultimate aim of each level is to pot the 8-ball.
Yeah.
And you can either do that directly, so it's American pool. So you can pot the 8-ball directly if you play another ball off them, or you can pot all the balls and then the 8-ball. But it looks fun. The animations look nice in it.
Really appealing.
Apparently there's over 100 levels to play through.
And multiplayer.
Yep.
Yeah. That was probably one of the first.
It was one that I saw and I was like, that looks like. Dan's always going like, oh, it's nothing original. That is original game.
It's pretty original.
That is pretty damn original.
I do want to give it a go.
We've got Bomb Chicken.
I don't know.
It's fucking about as generic as an 80s game you can get.
Yeah, I was sort of like...
You're a chicken that lays bombs to get out of tight situations. That's all I'm going to say about it. If you're looking forward to it, great. I think it looks...
style's fairly cute, but that's not...
I think it looks as generic as they come. Then we come to mobile game number 1.
What is that?
Lumines Remastered. Lumines Remastered? It's like a rhythm
I don't even
game
remember
meets
what it looked
puzzle
like.
game.
Oh yeah, no, I know who you are.
I think it looks mobile central.
I just wasn't really not my kind of thing, so I was all like, wow, whatever.
Then we got mobile game number 2, Reigns.
Oh yeah,
You swipe. It's basically Tinder.
Yes, it sort of kind of was.
It's Tinder for
It's like managing medieval relationships to
basically
like, balance out the kingdom or whatever.
Tinder. You swipe right if you don't agree with them,
You
left if you don't
absolutely
agree
do.
with them.
Yeah, it's definitely a mobile game.
Yeah, but no, it's on Switch. That's fine, and it's good enough to go into the Indie Showcase. Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
What's next?
Now, I don't know the next one you do. West of Loathing.
Yeah.
Go on, tell me what West of Loathing is.
West of Loathing is a Western. It's a Western, I don't know, action game, but you're like a stickman doodle. And the thing that sold me on this game is that there's a bit in the clip they show where the character's walking along with a lantern, and just the way he was like walking along, I was like, oh, I love it. This is the best game. Also, turn-based combat, optional. Optional. Welcome to 2018, where finally turn-based combat is being phased out. Thank fuck.
It's not being phased out.
It's Final Fantasy have dropped here. Thank fuck.
Persona 5 didn't.
Persona 5 are going to die out. That's why.
Persona 5
Persona 5 are behind the times.
Ni no Kuni's dropped it.
Yep. And your boy West of Loathing has made it optional. It's on its way out, guys. Long time coming. We should have unplugged that machine a long time ago.
I don't know why I don't like this like the look of this game. So I just watched it and was like, I could, not for me one bit. Just instantly was like, not for me.
It looks cute.
It looks annoying.
I like westerns.
I'd get
I like
annoyed
western
at it.
games.
I would get
It's
annoyed
rare.
at it. I just don't know why, but I just get annoyed.
I'm going to enjoy it when it comes out.
But one game
it's on
I
Switch.
won't get annoyed about is Lightfall,
Yeah.
which is coming everywhere else.
I've also written this down, but I've completely forgotten what it is.
Lightfall is a speed running element platformer where you play as a little shadow dude
yeah,
and you
I've got
pop these cubes,
These cubes.
and you get your way through. It's kind of puzzle platforming,
Yeah.
but done at speed. There's one scene where there's a wave coming, and you've got to get in front of that wave and stay in front of the wave.
It's all about being quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they've added the new, only for Nintendo, the speedrun mode. Which
No.
is,
I think it's only Nintendo can announce it. I don't think it's just on Nintendo.
What a
yeah.
bullshit exclusive.
Yeah, I think they tried to do it as if it was an exclusive on the
Oh,
console.
well, I
but
believed them.
You'd be pissed off, wouldn't you, if that was on the Switch and you paid the same money on another console?
Yeah.
Right?
But yeah, it looks really good. Looks really good.
That's the game I've been actually featured in our hot list for March.
Oh, right.
It's billed for a March release, so it could still come this month, which is pretty cool. And it is coming
nice.
to Xbox One, PS4, and PC as well.
Nice to get that.
Pod or Pody.
This one really.
This was
jumped out at me.
the little cute light thing. The
Yeah.
Norse Norwegian mythology.
It looked very cute.
It looked cute. It looks like the game. So this is the one they build on. Play with two Joy-Cons and play together with a family or friend.
Yeah.
A family member
I
or friend.
almost wrote it down, but I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's looking like that kind. Do you remember Brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tale of Two Sons, I think it's called.
I think it is, yeah.
That kind of, it's going to be sad. It's going to be artsy. It's going to be charming. It's going to be puzzles. It looked
nice.
Yeah.
This is one of the ones that I didn't write down that I didn't think looked crap. It actually looked good.
Yeah.
But I just didn't know. It didn't draw me in. Didn't draw me in enough.
We then got The Messenger.
I wrote this one down as well.
Yeah, I fucking love the look of this.
But I don't know what it is either.
The Messenger is the 8-bit ninja platformer.
Yes!
Who time travels into a 16-bit
Such
ninja
a good
platformer.
idea.
It's so cool.
Such a
And it
good
is a
idea.
massive graphical change as well in the game.
You
Like,
think it wouldn't be?
no. But it shows you the difference of
Between a NES and a SNES.
Yeah, like it's mental, and I don't know how that's going to play into the game. If it's going to be part of the story, if the story's going to evolve around the time traveling mechanic or what. But
I think it must do. I was thinking when I started the trailer, I was like, oh yeah, it looks alright. It looks like fun, but again, it looks pretty generic. And it was like time travel.
That's
and I was
exactly
like,
what I thought,
Alright, cool.
honestly, yeah.
I'll add it into my list. Looks
No.
very cool.
it does a good, and that's Devolver Digital publishing that one.
Of course.
It's a
The
Devolver.
lads at Devolver.
It looks like a Devolver Digital game,
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
or what they put a name to anyway.
But I would like to give that game a go at some point.
Next up, mobile game number 3,
What's this?
Bad North. This was the little kind of RTS game.
Like a really cute RTS.
Looked very cute. Viking.
That's the thing I said when the trailer came. I was like, that is really cute. But
Viking ships kind of coming towards your island. You run over,
really
you fire
arrows,
and then you go.
On the night, yeah.
It just looks so mobile to me.
But adorable. It does look adorable. But I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's trying to do.
But yeah, you're trying to protect the island from these things coming, and I don't know. It looks like it's going to be touchscreen central, and I've not got anything against mobile games, but
sounds like you do. Lewis.
There's a place for them
on your mobile,
and a £320 console isn't that place.
Yeah, I suppose. It definitely doesn't feel like it's something you should be announcing on your Nindy showcase.
No,
fine, put it on the console, fine, but don't be like, come into the Switch. It's like, nobody cares. Trust your proper games.
And the last one was Banner Saga 1, 2 and 3. Now, I know this was quite a big announcement because I know Banner Saga trilogy is really highly regarded. And bringing it to the Switch is a big announcement. It was lost on me because I've not played them.
Well, from the thing I saw, it's weird.
Turn-based combat, I think.
That's the thing. It's that kind of one as well where you have like a grid and you have to move around the grid. So, and that aspect of the game, I was like, that is not for me. I don't want to play it.
I love that aspect of the game.
But then I saw stuff like the animation, and I thought they were talking about how the story is like a big deal and it's got a really good narrative. I was thinking, that is something I'm really into. So I could maybe stomach the shitty combat for some old hat combat that's been phased out.
So 3 is coming over later this year. 1 and 2 are coming sooner. 1 will come first, then 2. And something I didn't know about the Banner Saga, but they announced in the showcase, is it's similar to the Mass Effect trilogy, where your decisions from 1 will carry to 2, and decisions from 2 will carry to 3. And people who may die in the game, that will carry over with your save. So decisions you make can be pretty pivotal 2 games down the line. Story, So, which is something I like when a game kind of recognises that it's more than a game. It's a franchise. It's a trilogy. It's a bigger world. And I'm actually looking forward to checking it out. I've not played it yet. I think I'm gonna play. I might get Banner Saga 1 on PS4 and see if I like it or not.
Yeah.
And then if I do, go further with it. If I don't, obviously I'd have to get them all on PS4 though, because your decision's carrying over.
Yeah.
But
I can see this as a game that I'd like to watch someone play.
Okay. I'm sure there's playthroughs on YouTube.
Oh, it probably is, yeah.
It must be.
I don't know. I always hate doing that, but sometimes you just don't want to play a game. You want the story, but
I can imagine it being quite a meaty game. I get the impression it's going to probably
is,
looking at...
But that game, that fucking combat looks dog shit. I'm sorry.
Mate, your fucking West of Loathing looks dog shite.
Does not.
It does.
Does not. Looks good.
But that is the...
Fun.
That's the Indies...
The classic things you would say about an indie game.
Souls-like.
Yeah,
it's like a Souls-like Western with doodle characters.
Yeah, exactly what it is.
Yeah. That wraps up what the Nindy showcase was. So for me, you can do yours in a minute.
I will.
My top games I'm looking forward to, personally. Fantasy Strike, the fighting game, big fighting fan. Pool Panic, I think it just looks fucking awesome. Lightfall, I'm going to suck at it. Dan's going to look forward to Lightfall as well, I bet. It's a damn game.
Yeah, definitely.
And The Messenger. Again, I'm probably going to suck at The Messenger, but I'm looking forward to it.
Well, you suck at most things. So. Yeah. I've got Just Shapes and Beats, because I think it looks like good fun. I know you're a bit iffy on it, but...
And you need practice on rhythm games, carry on.
Fucking as if. Pool Panic, because, like we were saying, are very original.
Yep.
Lightfall, it's like a hard one. Reminds me of the sort of struggle you might feel when you play Super Meat Boy. That kind of classic struggle. West of Loathing, the fun and charming Souls-like doodle western, and The Messenger, just because of its cool time travel mechanic.
Huh? Cool.
There we go.
That is it.
Indies.
So yeah, that is an indie showcase. That's done. You're not here next week, are you?
I'm not here for 2 weeks.
2 weeks. You're off for 2 weeks. So next week we have got just a regular show.
I'll text in next week.
With me and...
Or I'll call in.
Do you want to?
I'll be drunk at that point, so I'll call in if you want.
It's just me and Dan next week with a regular show. The week after that, we are starting to talk about EGX. And we're going to go through some of the big games announced at EGX.
I won't be back until
and then
it's EGX.
The next time you'll see Tom will be the EGX pre-show, which will be filmed on the Thursday night before we're at EGX. So we probably might be a little bit drunk by then.
Yeah, but keep on the website because I'll be writing stuff between that time.
Yeah, cool.
So there you go.
Cool. Well, as always, guys, thanks for coming along, saying hi, and joining us. As I said before, if you do want to keep up to date with EGX stuff, then make sure you follow us over on Twitter and Facebook. It's Indie Credible on both, but it starts with 2 I's because the others were taken already, which is really annoying. It still bugs me. If you want to keep up to date with us and what we think and what our thoughts on the show or our thoughts on general indie games, movies, all shit that we play and watch over on Twitter, then you can see our handles now. I'm at What's Up Woody. Tom is at Shriek and Profit.
That's right.
If you like what we do as a podcast, then why not throw us a little like on YouTube or even subscribe to the channel. What you could really do to help us is if you're on iTunes, I can't think of that then.
Yeah.
iTunes, then give us a review. If you do like what we do, a review really boosts us up. Every review we get throws us into the new and noteworthy, and we get more listeners, and it builds it up more and more and more. And what's really nice to see is most of the listeners we get stay around. The new listeners we get stay around. So clearly they quite like what we do.
Someone has to, I suppose. So.
Someone's got, and we want to keep bringing you the best indie game content. That's what we're here to do, to bring the latest and best indie game content to you guys. And to help us do that even further, you can support us over on Patreon to get extra or exclusive pre- and post-show content, as well as early access to 2 monthly podcasts. We're going to go record the post-show content now.
Yep.
And I want to talk about God of War.
Okay.
So that's what
I want to talk about, hey Ash, what you playing?
Okay.
People know what that is.
Yeah.
You don't.
Pokemon.
Nah.
So, until next week, thanks for watching, guys, and goodbye.
See ya. God of War.
What the fuck is Hey Ash, what you been playing?
Do you want to go with that first?
Go, you got a minute.
A minute's not enough. I need to talk about it for real.
Go on, what is Hey Ash, what you been playing?
Hey Ash, what you playing? You may have heard of an amazing voice actor, Ashley Birch. And she has her and her brother, writer of Borderlands 2 and many other great games, have a channel, and they've had it for years, since before Borderlands even came out. Like
Before she was famous.
Before she was famous, yeah. But either of them had big careers. Called Hey Ash, What You Playing? And it's basically, the premise of an episode is, it will start with Ashley in a chair playing a game, and Anthony, her brother, will come out. I feel like that's not his name now, but it must be. Will come out and be like, hey Ash, what you playing? And then show what it is. And then they do like a sort of skit based on that game. And it's just really funny. And I haven't watched it in years. And they haven't posted in over a year. And then like yesterday, they posted 5 videos.
Really?
Yeah. And out of nowhere.
Ashley Birch as well?
Yeah.
Where she hasn't really got time to. She's pretty busy.
She's pretty busy. And so's he at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, they posted 5 videos all at once.
And you watched all of them?
And they were great. And then I thought, God, I forgot how funny this show was. And I went back to season 1, and I've been just binging them. So I'm on season 4 now. They're really small. They're like 4 or 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Because this was an old YouTube.
Yeah.
Before you would have to make the 10-minute mark or any of that.
So these new videos 10 minutes?
I think they may be, yeah. There's a really good one that really made me laugh. The one that proper got me was Mario Odyssey, the movie. And it's because it's about Mario. Obviously, there's that level in Mario Odyssey where he's in a city with real people.
Oh, yeah, the New Donk City.
Yeah, and he's all like, going about being Mario. Then he meets a person, and he goes, "What are you?"
Yeah.
Goes, "I'm a human. What are you?" And he goes, "I don't know." And it's like about him trying to. It's like a trailer for a fake film about him being like. What's the line that really got me was, "Used to be so easy. It was a me. A Mario." That fucking got me so quickly. But
I've never heard of Hey Ash, what you've been playing.
It was pretty big back in the day. But like I say, it's old YouTube stuff, so it's not really. I don't know. It used to be like back in Destructoid, like GameTraders.com and all that. They were part of all that, and
okay.
Then they got their start.
Yeah.
Like with Anthony working at Gearbox for Borderlands 2, and Ashley started doing more voice acting work and everything. And they sort of went away from it.
Yeah.
But still a good channel, still funny. It's easy to binge.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, you should watch it, mate.
Nice.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. I want to talk about God of War because I have never played a God of War game.
Neither have I.
I couldn't give a shit about God of War.
Well, I've heard it's good.
I've heard it's good,
it.
but
she never had a chance to.
I mean, anything that's trying to be better than DMC, no, thank you. Not keen on that.
I've heard it
DMC
is better, right?
through and through.
Is it? I mean, I've heard God of War's pretty bloody good.
Yeah, I heard it's good, but for some reason I've never been compelled to go and play it. Obviously, the embargo dropped, I think, on Wednesday or Thursday, for the big preview event, the press event that all the big publications went to.
Yeah.
And got to play 2 to 3 hours of the new one.
The new one, yeah.
And oh my
Norse one.
God, have you seen any of the preview content?
No.
People are going mad for it. People
Really?
are losing their shit. It's apparently genuinely incredible.
I'm actually kind of surprised. I thought it was just going to be the same as always.
People are like, no, this is fucking... It's very heavily influenced, apparently, from the Tomb Raider remakes. So, you know, new Tomb Raiders.
That's a weird thing to...
Yeah,
God
so
of
kind
War.
of... Yeah, but it's not apparently It is God of War.
Is it not a sequel?
No, well, it is, but it's not the... So it's third person over the shoulder rather than isometric camera. Did you know that?
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. Oh, okay,
so it's a lot more gritty. Apparently, the story that's there's pretty good. The mechanics around the puzzle solving are amazing. Apparently, it looks better than any game ever played on PS4.
Wow.
Everyone's saying it like makes Horizon not look bad, but it when you can play
Is it an open world game?
So it's similar again to like Uncharted,
Okay,
or Tomb Raider, where there's some more Metroidvania, where there's like passages that will shepherd you through, go into big open worlds, where there's certain parts locked, and then you can teleport back there later on to play new parts.
How does it stack up graphically to Uncharted 4?
Apparently better. Like So the IGN and GameSpot previews said it was genuinely the best game they've played. And one thing that blew me away from it was apparently, and this was going from an IGN podcast, so take this with as much salt as you want, but it's a UK podcast, and I actually do.
You like them?
I like the UK guys. I feel like they're actually kind of yeah. And the guy said that at the press event, the guy who was the director of the game was going around and saying to people, "You like platinum games, don't you?" And the guy was like, "Yeah, why?" And you were, because you're playing this like a platinum game. And he goes to another person saying, "You like Dark Souls, don't you?" "Yeah, why?" "Because you're playing this like a Dark Souls game." So the combat is that open that you can
play it your way.
Yeah. So you like, apparently the Dark Souls players were like drawing a thing in, blocking, hitting, getting out the way, and that. Or like Bloodborne's were kind of evasive. So the developers could see how people were playing the game, and everyone was approaching the combat differently. And I was like, that's amazing.
It's very impressive that's possible.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, yeah,
and I assume they were all playing it well, or at least like.
I guess so.
Because otherwise they'd be like, you got to be playing this wrong, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
But if it's the same, the combat's not open, they can play it how they want.
3 days ago, this would have been at the bottom of my list for games of 2018.
Right.
It's now close to the top.
Are you going to play the other ones?
No.
Why?
Because I haven't got time.
I don't know how long, I don't think. They're linear games. So
yeah, there's 4 of them, and it's out in a month.
I don't think the Ascension counts.
It's out in 420. It's actually out in 420.
Is it really?
Yeah, same as Labo.
Blaze.
Yeah, so people will be getting some bare Rizzler from the Labo.
Should we do a 420 special on the podcast?
420 special.
Just get fucking toasty as fuck. It'd be a really shit podcast.
God. But yeah, no, I'm actually really looking forward to that now. And I think more so than Spider-Man. Because I'm still worried that Spider-Man's going to be too much quick time. That's my concern. That's where I sit.
Nah.
I don't trust me. I don't want it to be.
I don't mind it being quick timey as long as the free roaming and web swinging is good. And look, I've stomached some pretty shit Spider-Man games. I'm a hardcore Spider-Man fan, so I'll just play all of them, even if they're really shit. I'll play the whole thing, and I'll play it again, and then so. I think the things I need from a new Spider-Man game is I want it to look nice, I want it to sound nice, and I want the web swing to play nice. Everything else, I can take it or leave it because I've had it from other Spider-Man games.
Let's wait and see.
We'll see, yeah.
I
think it looks better than most ones we've had since the famous Spider-Man 2 on PS2.
It looks good, but we just have to wait and see. But our time is running out, so we're going to...
That's all you get, guys.
Patrons. Oh, yeah, 8 minutes now and about 12 minutes beginning. So, thank you guys for your support, as always. Right? And until next time, thank you. Goodbye.
Thanks for the money.